As I peruse the internet, it's so rewarding to see all ilks of people who are coming to the realization that a lot of things we were taught to believe or that we accepted as true are bunk. This one website, a WW woman, was saying how the system is not broken. It's working the way it was intended to make us slaves to money. And there were comments about when people learned how the system is conspiring against us. Like this one guy said, he knew that it was a setup when it takes you 30 years to pay off a wooden box, your house. But then if you build your own, the city will tear it down. I think about my mother, all the time it took. She paid off this house. She paid off this house, I know, 3 times over. One day we're going to do the math. It would be too appalling to see the actual numbers that she paid over and over for her home and her part of the American dream, because that's what you did. But now that I know what's important, now that I see every day, even from the stock market, anyone can invest in it now if you study it and have made money from it in recent years. So, all of that time when our money was invested by financial experts, they didn't know what they were doing. What do you think caused all the crashes and the bank failures? They do like a lot of people, they act like they know. Oh, I know how to do that. There used to be a teacher from Texas copying my stuff, my classroom. If you ask them something, oh, I I know that, you know. It's the acting like you know. That's what a lot of people do. They act like they know. That's why our children cannot read, because they were taken over by people that give good interviews and have excellent lesson plans, but cannot identify with the child in front of them, or doesn't know how to make adjustments so that a person can read. How is it even possible for a child not to be able to read in this day and age? Our grandparents taught us to read and they didn't even know how. So, how is that even possible for a person to have hundreds of people, a child to have hundreds of people around them and they can't read? Reading from my book, The Poor Pay Dearly for Their Poverty. Whoever believes that the poor are unseen hasn't driven through impoverished areas with boarded up buildings and businesses Next to it, currency exchanges, food establishments, banks, gas stations that sell chicken wings and tacos. Do they use the same oil? Anyway, I digress. Currency exchanges charge exorbitant fees to its patrons for the convenience or out of necessity. You got to pay for all that security. And I think even they are going by the wayside because now who wants to cash a check in their neighborhood so everybody can know you just cashed the check and you're walking home and they know to rob you? You're a target. Living paycheck to paycheck is a reality so many customers no longer have bank accounts or affiliations due to overdraft charges that can end up costing 10 times the initial transaction. Although currency exchanges provide a service sorely needed, but when I was living in Savannah 20 years ago, this summer, this June, no, 25 years ago, I noticed they didn't have currency exchanges. More often than not, the outside of these facilities is a gathering for criminal activities. A walk home with money makes elderly, the young, the incapacitated easy targets. A drive home is an object of carjacking and robberies. Staying home is the result of shots fired on the bus a few weeks ago. Somebody was saying as we passed a restaurant where there have been two killings. How come we don't have a restaurant around here? Can't make this stuff up. And it's like, I'm hungry. How come we can't? We gotta go all the way over here, or all the way over there. Oh, Lord Jesus. In the restaurant that we passed, it was closed because there had been two murders there the weekend before or the week before. How is that not trauma? How is that not idiocy? How is it that you have to jog away from your neighborhood to get to a community? You got to go downtown to jog. You got to go to another neighborhood to cash a check or to have a meal. You can't be innocuous and handle business where you live. Heaven help us all.